I once heard an interview question that went like, what would your former boss say if I were to ask him about you? Now seriously, no one is going to go about prying about what kind of a person you are with a former boss in another company, but I guess the idea in asking this question is for you to be able to talk about what kind of an impression you have been creating in others around you. If you are able to gauge what others are thinking about you and what the wavelength is, what the vibes are that you are creating amongst others. Answers to questions like this have to really be short and sharp and crisp and say a lot, right? So you don't really have to stretch and say, my boss would probably say that I am committed, a perfectionist, a great guy, a solid team player. No need. My suggestion would be, oh, I have no doubt that my boss would say I was an asset. A word like that is a loaded word. It says a lot that is positive about you, without having to go into all the details about what a wonderful person you are. You're not really talking to a psychiatrist here. You are addressing an interview panel. You want to communicate about yourself. Words like this will do that for you. Another one is about talking about your own motivation, your own ability to train yourself, to keep abreast with what's happening around you, to upgrade yourself. One of the questions that could be asked is, what are you doing about reaching your future goals? How are you working towards it? Again, catchy first line, crisp articulation. You might just want to start your answer with, oh, just about everything. Everything that I can do. Because I happen to be a self-motivated person. I like to be dynamic. I don't like to get stuck in a rut. So I read, I attend workshops, I'm on the net, I'm finding out what's happening in the corporate world, in my line of work, and I'm doing just about everything to get to my goals. That's it. Says it all, good answer, and you're not really boring the interview panel with your yeoman efforts at reaching your goals. I think with that, we have somewhat covered the whole gamut of off-the-wall or value-loaded questions. These questions are they're just poking you. They just want to get out the best about your persona by being asked very casually, very naturally, things about you and your personality, in direct as well as indirect ways. Questions are also sometimes like, if you could be a superhero, what kind of powers would you want? Or if you won $1 million in a lottery, what would you do with it? Or what kind of a car would you be if you were one? So these are all very much off the wall, divergent type of questions that you can also answer knowing fully well that they are all insights into your personality. Be creative, be smart, be short and crisp in your answers, but also stay in touch with the purpose of these responses. They are still interview questions. They are still make or break questions about whether you get that coveted job or not. So by practicing the strategies for answering these questions rather than the content themselves, and then inserting your own unique content into the structure or the framework that I have provided you, you should be more than ready to give that great interview, which includes these value questions.